Today, I'm going to introduce you to the newest project that I'm working with. It is a pond system that serves a resort, golf club, marina, and hotel. This property has over 160 rooms, divided up with timeshare, condos, and hotel rooms. Wastewater flows from 9 different lift stations via force mains and gravity sewer. Once collected, it's pumped to the primary pond. It flows by gravity to primary pond number 2. From number 2 to final settling pond number 3, which is twice the size of both 1 and 2. The ponds are discharged by spray irrigation, using a center pivot traveling irrigator or fixed sprinkler heads in golf course number 2. We can use either one system or both. When we choose to use the irrigation system, we must control the effluent coliforms to less than 2.2 mpn, most probable number /100 milliliters sample. We reach this goal using chlorine and effluent filtration. Then the water is sent by gravity to ponds A-B. These 2 ponds are unlined seepage-style ponds, with the water used to irrigate 52 acres of golf course 2.
And here's the wet well in the station. And you can see the new wiring. And of course there's very little or no activity here right now. This is the very first station in 9 stations that we have before it gets to the pond system. And I think you're going to be interested in the pond system. It's a little different setup. So here's the control panel for E2, and it's a little different. And then the wet well's right over here. This is also one of your older stations. Oh, there's another lift and it's running. And this one here we've just installed new pumps, new rails. And this is an old 84 model. It used to be an old 84, now it's brand new. So this is lift number 4. This is another old original. And you can see the way the grass is here. This is the second golf course. And we spray irrigate. And that's the difference here. In this golf course, we spray irrigate some of the wastewater onto this particular golf course, which is not being used as a golf course. We're going to come back and the power company's going to lift that transformer and square it away. We're going to put that on a new panel board system we're going to rerun wire from there up to here in conduit now instead of in just laying, so that it is more better able to handle the freeze-thaw cycle. Because in this state, you know, a lot of things revolve around freeze and thaw, and that's what's causing all the damage here, is the freeze-thaw cycle. Here's the wet well, and we're going to bring that new station control panel over here to the wet well and put it over here on angle iron and mount it right to the side of the wet well. Because these concrete stations like this, they don't move with the freeze thaw. They're heavy enough, they're stationary. This panel moves. And you can see with my wiring here how it's tore up, and that's this panel freezing and thawing. Now, a couple of years ago, this panel actually fell over. So, and you can see the wetlands here. Get the lock on. So this is laid in a wetland area, wet and moist. This is a very old lift station, 83 model, ABS station, I believe. And here's data on the field data on them pumps, and this is what this panel was set up for. Now currently we only have one pump running and working in this station. This is our main lift station. It used to have a flow meter on it, and now we're going to have to hook up a different style of telemetry. So here's the last of the lift stations we're going to look at today. This one is not the main. This is just off of the shop where all the lawnmowers and tractors are kept for doing the groundskeeping. And here's the wet well right in here, tucked neatly into here. The good news about Minnesota is that nothing here will, if it bites you, will kill you. So you don't have to worry about it unless it's a panther, a bear, a wolf. Okay, they bite you, they'll eat you. And all of those are here. Bears are here, wolves are here, deer, everything's here. Okay, so this is the last, this is another one of the old originals. Ponds. And then we can pump from those ponds to the sprinkler heads in the other golf course, the other course. And inside this building here is what I'm going to show you next, and that's our tertiary treatment system, or effluent filtration. You can either call it effluent filtration, but it's really known as a tertiary system because it goes beyond what a pond does and how a pond works. So normally when a pond discharges its wastewater, it's either going to a creek, a stream, a lake, or river in our case, or it's going out here to a sprinkler head, and then it's just pond. Then you go straightly from pond 3 out to the irrigator, because we control, you can see the fence, we control access to that site. But with tertiary, we're going to step it up and get it treated better so that it's not harmful to humans. Hang on. All right, so here's our tertiary treatment system, and it's 2 effluent filters. It's control here, control panel. Oh yeah, by the way, when we found out our center pivot didn't work, we thought no big deal. We've got effluent filtration, except for the PLC inside the cabinet decided it was too old to work anymore. So we had to replace the PLC, we had to replace 2 motor starters that had failed, and this operator interface, which is the OIC. So right now I'm running this tertiary filter. Let me go set down my notebook. This is how I record the data I'm collecting here. And this has to do with the center pivot and tank, this tertiary system. So let's go up on top of this ladder and I'll show you the filters. There isn't a lot to see. We run water, the wastewater out of the filters up through these sand filters here. So the water is pumped up and put down through the sand filters. And this is the backwash tank, and we're chlorinating this wastewater. And this is the backwash tank here, where you can see the height of the water. And there's a tank down there. That is the tank that we use, that's the waste from the backwash water that goes back into the pond. So we have two filters going. It's a duplex lift station in here also. Right here. Here's the control panel. And like I said, we're chlorinating this system. Oh, somebody forgot to turn the chlorinator on. Here's the flow control. Here's the effluent channel. And you can't see it down here, but there's a partial flume right here that sends, that calibrates, can be calibrated and sends the information to the totalizer. And then I can test the chlorine residual here. And then what I'm looking for now with our blank. And here's our sample. So I believe with this instrument, which is a Haas instrument, a DR300, check. 0.1, should. So I have residual. And now we'll take our collected sample, we'll fill out the chain of custody, we'll put it in a cooler, and we'll get some ice and send her off. Hang on a minute. Okay, so now I've got my chain of custody filled out here. I signed it there. I put my seal on it here. Now I'll put it in the cooler. Put our sample in the cooler, and we'll go get some ice. That'll be nice. Okay. So tomorrow we'll come back out and fill this out again, because every day that we use this tertiary treatment plant, we have to collect a total coliform sample. And now that our filter is only running at 76 gallons a minute, I know we just backwashed it the other day, so we should be good to go. And I'm hoping if it doesn't rain this week, we can that we can okay. Everybody's happy. We're chlorinating. Let's go make sure we got chlorine going in there. Yep. You can see the chlorine dripping out of that hose right there. And this is the effluent going to pond AB. Okay, so now for our treatment system. So our treatment system has a 3-cell pond, and it's a facultative pond. These are 6 foot deep, all 3 ponds. And the 2 primaries are, this is primary 1, and the 2 primaries are same size. And this one's full. We always keep this one full. Primary 2, we take up and down, so we're emptying it right now. We're starting to empty 3. We've had a lot of trouble because of the rainfall. The way we've had spring and rainfall this year, it's hard to get the spray out. Now we have 2 ways to get rid of the water in this specific pond system. And the 2 ways we have is, one way is, I'm going to show you as soon as we make the corner. We turn and go to the irrigation system with an irrigator center pivot. And we can irrigate the ground out there, but the ground can't be full of water when we irrigate it, and it keeps raining 3 inches at a time around here, so we can't use the irrigator. Plus, this winter, somebody stole the wiring off the irrigator, so when we went to start it, we found that it had no electrical wiring. So we had to set up and wait for an electrician to get here, or actually it was the irrigator company had to come back and rewire. Now this is the 3rd cell of the pond. It's also 6 foot deep, and it's twice the size of primary 1 and 2. So the first way to get rid of the water is through the irrigator out there, and we can spray irrigate as long as the field will accept. You just can't be puddling water. As you guys know as well as I do, if you puddle water for more than 3 days, that becomes waters of the government, of the federal government. So here's our pump tank system right here for this pond, and going out to that irrigator, that center pivot out there. It's a small irrigator. It's only a 3-section irrigator, but that's 17 acres out there. The other way we have is to irrigate, like I said, at those lift stations, is we can put the water from this pond over to the AB pond, which are unlined holding ponds,